Yeah, there's a lot of positives to take out of that. You know, like I said, not often does a team like Sydney FC come to our shores and play the way they did. You know, they got a goal through a set piece. We've been talking about defending set pieces, and we weren't good enough in that regard. But from there on, I thought we completely dominated them. You know, it shows you just how much respect now we've got from other teams where they just bank themselves up 2 banks of 4, and they were waiting to play on the counter attack against us. You know, so like I said, we pushed and probed. You know, a great opportunity with Sapri Singh a little bit earlier, but in saying that, you know, we had a penalty, and Roy, who normally steps up and buries them, it's just one of those things. You know, a lot of good players are in the same situation. So we had enough chances to get ourselves back into the game, and you know, had we have scored that penalty, I was really confident that we can push on for the winner as well. But you know, we're in this situation now, and it's been a great run. But like I said, a lot of positives to come out of that game. A lot of positives.
Sure. You made 3 changes. What were the
Yeah, just tactical and just to freshen things up, you know, basically. So, you know, we knew that it was going to be a tough week. You know, this is probably the hardest week, 3 games in 6 days as opposed to 3 games in 7 days. We're no different to every other team that's going through the process as well. So for us, it was just about making sure that we are you know, fully fit and ready to go for every game that we play. And I've got complete confidence and trust in any player that comes and steps in. And I thought the guys did okay that came in today. Yeah, maybe. You know, when I first saw it, perhaps. But like I said, I'm steering clear from making decisions or making comment on decisions from referees. I've learnt my lesson upon reflection, so there's not much to say about that.
Do you get? I mean, the cliches is you win or you learn. I mean, you've been on such a great unbeaten streak. I mean, is a loss ever a good thing, Mark? And you talked about positives, but the defeat.
No, it's never a good thing, as far as I'm concerned. You know, and one of the things that we wanted to change in terms of the mentality shift was, you know, the desire and that will to win. You know, and it's certainly, I think, for all to see so far this season. And again, you've got a lot of disappointed faces in the dressing room, but we've got a short turnaround. We pick ourselves up, and like I said, you'd still learn from any game. You know, win, lose or draw. But you know, there's certainly a couple of things that we can learn from today, but not as much as other games. Like I said, we completely dominated that game, you know, after they went up 1-0. And like I said, afterwards, you know, I guess it's a huge compliment for our football club when you see a club like Sydney FC, who've won more championships, along with, I think, Victory or maybe Victory have won more championships, I don't know, but they're the big guns, you know. They've got the marquees, all the money, all the resources, you know. They come over here with a whole host of staff, and they were acting like they won the grand final after the game. And I looked over and I thought, okay, that shows you just how far we've come as a football club. I think it's a huge respect that they've given us, probably not intentionally, but certainly the way I took it.
Did you feel the earthquake in the second half?
Was that me moving around the sideline, or?
Oh. Was there one in the second half as well?
Oh, sorry, maybe it's the first half. I could be wrong there.
Yeah, so there was. Rick the scale? Give me a number. 6.
I think it was quite deep.
Right.
I just thought it was the wind.
So can I blame that for the penalty? Yeah. No, I didn't feel it, Phil. I didn't feel it.
Does it help after a defeat, having such a quick turnaround now?
Does. Absolutely. You know, we dust ourselves off. We look forward to the next game ASAP. My message to the players will be, you know, once again, you know, there's a lot of positives to take out. I should be proud of the way that we try to perform. We stuck to our principles and our structures. That was also pleasing. We didn't look to lump it into the box. We didn't look to play anything different, you know. And again, it's a really good sign for me that we didn't look to panic, particularly with, you know, 5 minutes to go or an injury time. We continue to do what we do as a football club. And that's another positive sign as far as I'm concerned. But quick turnarounds are always good, particularly after a loss. And you know, we'll do everything we can possible at home to beat Melbourne City because we need to now.
You mentioned Sydney's reaction straight after the game. Things seem to be pretty heated between you and Steve Corrigan, Mark. What was the point of contention there?
No, it was very, very simple. I thought, apart from the shin pads that he stole from me when we used to be teammates, you know, I asked him if, you know, I want them back, and I said the same thing to him after the first time we beat them as well. I think there needs to be a level of respect too. You know, when we beat them, I thought we beat them fairly and squarely over there. I didn't appreciate the remark that he gave me afterwards, particularly in the second half about the so-called way that my players played that second half of football. And I just reminded him that it was no different to what they were doing in the second half as well. You know, trying to slow play down and and taking their time, and that's part of football. Got no issue with it, but just remind him that when the foot's in the shoes on the other foot, just make sure that I haven't forgotten. That's all it was. Let's be fair here. And that's pretty much all it was. It's just a matter of respect. We're ex-teammates and everything else. He wants to win. I want to win. That's part of the competition. But like I said, when the game's done and dusted, you shake hands, you move forward. But I wasn't overly impressed with what his choice words after the game in Sydney. And like I said, they beat us, no dramas. But I remind him of those words as well, because it was exactly the same thing that happened tonight.
Was Marty okay? He looked like he was struggling.
Yeah, he got a knock, but we reassessed that at halftime, Piney, and he'll be good to go. You saw him, throughout the rest of that game that he was okay. So there's no dramas there at all.